Welcome to Sodo Creations, where we make your imagination a reality. Again, very excited to bring you this video because it's a first for me and I hope you can learn something. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Jufo. I'm with Sodo Creations, and on this channel we create everything decor, home, events, and more. But today I am bringing to you a neon sign. I'm sure you've seen them all over the place and it is the trend. But I have a graduation coming up, and because I'm building my inventory based on what I get as far as clients, then I decided to add this special touch to this event by making a neon sign. I've been wanting to make one for so long. It's gonna go on the balloon wall that I'm gonna create. Stay tuned for that video. Now, I just want to encourage you not to be afraid to try anything new. You just jump in, you figure it out, you learn as you go, just as I have. But pick up a pen, pick up a paper, so you can write down all the tips I have for you throughout this video, so you don't make the same mistakes I did or even burn yourself, which I did one time. But I also included the cost of everything I used down below, not the scroll saw, because that's something if you're not going to invest money in to use over time and you're just making a sign for one time in your lifetime, then you can either buy it and return it or buy it and sell it, or some department stores have a way for you to rent it. So that's a cost I didn't include. And also same with the soldering toolkit and the power tool. So those are a few things I did not add, but I have everything linked down below in case you do want to purchase those things. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something. If you do, please like the video, please subscribe and join our family, and we'll learn as we go. So without further ado, let us get to creating. We're starting out in Canva, and you just start by going to create a design. If you've never used Canva before, I use it to create all my thumbnails for YouTube, but basically you can use Canva to make cards, to design different props, the list goes on. I haven't dug deep enough, but it's been handy for me to make posters and create all my thumbnails for my YouTube channel. I'll show you how I came up with the template. This to me was the easiest way that I could find to do it. I tried to look through videos on how people usually use Word to print out a big print and all that, but it just got complicated, so I decided to just print it on several sheets, and I'll show you how I do that, and it's very easy. Let's get on to it. So you go to create a design, and you're going to pick the A4, which is the regular standard paper you use for printing. Next, I'm going to make another page and another. I'll show you, I try to make it fit 2 pages, and when I put it on my plexiglass, it just didn't work. It was too small, and I figured I would need a bigger sign, so I made it fit 3 pages. Next, you're going to your text. The great part is they already have a template that looks like one of the signs, and not only that, I like the font as well, so I use this template and I click on this. I'm going to rotate it by clicking on this double arrow and just turn it around because I want it to fit this page. So just get it straight, and you double click in here, and I'll write con because that's what I figured would fit best. And up here we'll change the size to 700. Now we'll readjust this window so that the con fits right there. Now we want an uppercase C, so we'll double click and just change that to an uppercase C. I'm just moving that again so that
it all fits in. And it's 700. We'll use this to just move it to where it fits right in the middle of the paper. Next, we're going to do the next part of the word. So you click again on the sparkle, rotate it. We will write, okay, I didn't think it looked straight. GRA. And we also want 700. So you want to make sure they're all the same size because you're going to connect all of them. So that's the GRA. Move this as well so that the bottom of the G fits on the page. That's why I started this one with a G, because as you can see, the C takes up this top part of the page. If you see right here, the O and the N are just half, but the C takes up most of the part. I couldn't put the G here because it would hang down and it wouldn't fit the paper. So I start with the G, and you can see it covers most of my page. I can even move that down just a little bit more just to make everything, to make everything centered right here. Then we finish our word. Again, click on this page, click on the sparkle template, rotate it by dragging, click and drag till you get it straight enough. Double click in here, type TS with an exclamation sign, and I'm going to move this up. In here we'll change the size to 700 and enter. Now we'll move that as well to fit the page. And that's all you do. The next thing, I want to change the color because I'm going to print in black and white. So I highlight my text, go up here where the text color is, click on that, and I'll just make it black. That way when I put it behind the plexiglass, I have that white part to just go off of. Same thing with these. Click here on the font and your color scheme is already at the top. And the last one, click on the color, and there you go. That is it, guys, for my template. I'll arrange them when I print everything out because I have to lower this to go with to connect it with the N, and also place the T, put the T in place. So
okay, so this is what I've printed so far. I wanted it to be this big. I'll show you what I printed before that it was just too small for me. I like a sign that, especially at a party that you're going to have in a hall, I think you need to have a sign that will stand out. I just felt like this one would be too small, plus trying to wire all the neon lights. I thought it would be harder to go around this corner to really get a good sign. And this plexiglass I plan to use for the whole design, and after I cut all this out, it would be too small. So instead of doing 2 papers like I was explaining, printing on 2 sheets, I printed on 3. So this is what I have. I'm just going to cut out especially the outer part so that it fits right here. It's gonna go like this. So let's get to cutting. The other thing was, after I made this font this size, the exclamation point is not gonna fit this board, but I'm okay with that because I still like it big enough that I can wire. I'll show you the flex wire so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm eliminating this. comes like this. Again, this is the first time I'm making making a neon sign, so we'll just learn together. It has paper on both sides. I was gonna use this for my daughter's sleepover party, the balloon design you guys saw, the biggest one I did so far, but I didn't have time to do it, so all this I'm gonna take off and use for this. So what you do is peel off this paper. Okay, now I hope you can see it because of this white background, but I have the glass here and I'm just going to, let me just put this over it. This is my sign. Put Okay, we are back from cutting all this out, and I'm gonna show you a few things that I'm using. So I have this wire stripper. I have scissors just in case. I have a box cutter. I have some electrical wire, and I'll link what I can down below. I don't have this. I'll see what I can link and link it down below. Electrical wire kit. I have some Gorilla Glue, and I bought this soldering kit. So this is how the box comes, and this is what comes, and I'll link it down as well. It has all this. I will have to figure out how to use it. I already know I can't use it outside, I mean inside, so we'll have to work on this outside. Now, before I bought this wire because I was gonna use it for Sabi's birthday sign, and I ended up not having time to make it. And this is a pink wire. It's not very long, but it came with the outlet connector. So you want to make sure what neon strip you buy has an adapter, because the one I ended up buying, which is this one to use, just has the wire. It doesn't have this adapter. Thank God I had not yet returned this one. So you can also get these strips that just automatically connect, but I'm not gonna mess with this. I've watched so many videos on how I'm gonna do this that I'm just trying to find the best way for things to look good for me, because some people connect those wires. I just don't want that bulk on the tips of where my wiring ends. So I'm gonna have to solder just so you don't see all those lines. So I'm putting this aside for now. And I'm gonna open this up so you can see what comes in the packet. Don't know why it wasn't connected, but it goes in here. So we're just gonna test it out. I think the red is the positive, and it's on here. It has positive and negative. Pardon my fingernails. I did not want to go to the nail salon on the weekend. That's just something I and we have light. There you go. So I'm gonna take this off. I also have a power tool with this small tip so I can drill holes through the acrylic. Okay. So you have the two wires. Your red is the top of the wording. So you're just gonna connect them. The other thing with this wire is you can cut on the black line. So there's several black lines, and that's the only place you can cut if you want to reconnect the wires. So I'm going to try to figure out how I can do this and cut at each point. So we start with our C. So as you can see, it ends right here. I'm gonna do it this way so you can see. It ends right here, so I'm gonna cut it here. When you cut it, see your wire is exposed. Now the way the wire is, you have this thicker rubber right here, and that base part is where you're gonna rewire. So we're going to cut this part in to expose where we're gonna connect our other wires. If you can see that or not, right there, and it's those two metal copper pieces that you're gonna solder your wires, these wires here, onto. So first letter, so we know it's gonna start from here, where, because I'll do the other letter coming this way, and this one will come up this way and end right here, and this will start another letter. So everywhere you have a beginning, you have to drill through. So here I'm just showing you how important it is to cut directly on that black line, otherwise you lose that copper that allows you to solder your wire onto. See, the bottom one is pretty much gone and I have nothing to solder onto, so I have to cut that piece off and use it for my T. So that's what I'm doing right here.